Hey, I'm David Siever, a second-year student. I'm getting my MFA in ceramics at the Art Institute of Chicago. These are a few pieces I have here. I was a history major in college, and a lot of my work deals with historical narratives, especially the narratives we're not really talking about, as I like to say, the footnotes of history. Let me go through some of the works that I have displayed here. So first we have An Elephant's Faithful 100% after Gordon Here's a Who. A lot of my work involves collecting these old prints, lithographs, daguerreotypes that really form the only existence of these people's lives, and now letting them through ceramics reemerge in 3 dimensions. So this scene is of an elephant execution in India in 1869. It was called Ganga Rao. So what would happen is the criminal would be tied to the elephant's hind legs, dragged around town, and if he still lived, he would be given a glass of water and his head placed on a plinth and it would be smushed. This was used to show that the emperor even controlled power over the animals of his realm. This next scene right here, Strange Fruit, after the famous Billie Holiday song. I was really interested in including a scene about lynching in my work. You know, I was struck by the famous Mark Twain quote, "The emperor of bloody insanities." The epidemic of bloody insanities. So this is a scene of a lynching in Alabama in 1911. I was inspired to this scene after going to the Great Blacks and Wax Museum in Baltimore and seeing a life-size wax sculpture of a lynching, and I really wanted to, even being white, tell that story as it's all our history. And this scene down here, you know, I grew up playing with G.I. Joes, and when I started working I said, where are the Spanish-American War G.I. Joes? Where are the Philippine-American War G.I. Joes? So I was drawn to that a lot, and I found this old print, a lithograph, of a firing squad during the Philippine-American War. Now we know of the Philippine-American War, maybe we don't, but I hope we know of the Philippine-American War. But not many people know that after the Philippine-American War, we spent 11 years fighting a guerrilla campaign in the Philippines trying to pacify them. What would happen is very similar to Vietnam. These 18-year-old U.S. soldiers sent to an insalubrious jungle environment by their government and told to fight these guerrillas. And there were no Philippine uniforms, there were no Vietnam uniforms. It was these fifth columns of soldiers. And most people didn't know who was your enemy, who is a peaceful tribesman. So on September 28, 1901, a fire base would be attacked and about 98 U.S. soldiers would be killed in this attack. So the commandant of the island, Jacob Smith, or as he became known after, Jacob Hell Roarin' Smith, ordered a forced march across Samar. And he said, I want you to make this island a howling wilderness. I wish you to kill and burn till there is nothing left. I want every person available of bearing arms against the United States killed. And his lieutenant goes, what's the age limit to respect, sir? And he says, 10 years. And about 3,000 Filipinos would be killed in these mass firing squads across the island. There's so many similarities now from here to Vietnam to Afghanistan. You know, the byline of this lithograph I found was, criminals 10 years before we took the Philippines? And it's like now, with the killing of innocents, with spilling of blood in Afghanistan. Criminals because they were born 10 years before they took Afghanistan? So through these pieces, a lot of my work, I really want to say and tell these stories of the footnotes of history. What are we not talking about? And that's a small snippet of my work. Thank you very much.